You are an avid listener of this podcast. You know how much I hate just being away for so long. I've been very vocal about that. If you follow me on social media, if you've been seeing me stress that, but this break wasn't intended to be this long, and it ended up being this long because I used this time to utilize all the idle time I had outside of work and outside of my personal life, really to just get this podcast straight, to strategize, to plan, introduce new things to you all, to bring new things to you all, to improve certain things from last season or previous seasons for you all, just so that you have the best product available. So this extended period wasn't planned, but in the midst of it, it became planned, and it allowed me to really free my mind. Even outside of this podcast, like that extended break allowed me to really just live life, experience life. I think last year was a very, I want to say difficult, because I definitely had a lot of ups last year, but as you know, life goes, you deal with ups and downs. There was a lot of, and I'm gonna get into it later on, but there was a lot of changes in my life that came last year. There was a lot of, great winnings. There was a lot of great losses last year within my life. Well, while I'm speaking on the year, Happy New Year. I should have started off the episode with that. Happy New Year to you all. But yeah, I think I use that time, utilize that time to improve this podcast, to live my life, to be with family. I was able to, get back into playing basketball competitively again, which is something that I'm greatly appreciative of. I haven't really played basketball competitively in a while. I think the last time I played it, I was at St. John's. Yeah, I was at St. John's a couple years ago, and that was a terrible outing. I was playing intramural b-ball, and shout out to my dudes, JR and Cliff. They carried that team. I constructed the team and brought them on, and they did what they did. We lost a lot of games because we just didn't have a complete team. But me personally, I was terrible. So I was able to get back into, playing basketball competitively during this break of it, and that has helped me a lot mentally. I started, really, really owning in on just, defining, not even defining, but improving my physical health as far as like working out and improving and seeing improvements on running. I've seen a lot of that. I use this podcast, not to sound cliche, but it's therapeutic. I use it for therapy. Like, I'm able to get things off my chest. I'm able to speak on what I see in the world. And that's something that I've definitely missed, but I was able to find, different avenues to explore that in the absence of this podcast. Like, I started doing therapy. I started doing therapy sessions in the midst of me taking a break from this podcast. And that has been, something that's been eye-opening for me, allowing me to speak to someone else other than y'all, or allowing me to speak to someone who doesn't know me, someone who isn't going to give me an unbiased opinion. That has been an eye-opening experience. I finally was able to just make a lot of personal shifts in my life, and I'm gonna get into it. That's what the next couple episodes are going to be. This season is going to be a very, very personable season.